Hi, Assalamualaikum. Today we're gonna present for the subject APT 3093, Corporate Entrepreneurship. My name is Muhammad AZMI. My number is C20A1094. I am the representative for the Group C. My group has 8 people that include me, Muhammad AZMI. Second, Muhammad DANIAL FAIZ bin AZIZ. Third, Muaz Syafiee bin Kamal. 4, Muhammad EZZAIDI bin JAAFAR. 5, DANIAL BINTI AWANG AZIZ. 6, NURIN binti SHAHARUDIN. 7, SYAMIMI binti SEMAN. 8, NURAYUNI FATHIAH binti MUHAMAD AZMI. And that's all for my group.
Corporate entrepreneurship is when an individual or group existing organization create a new venture or develop an innovation. It is a process used to create new businesses, products, services, or processes inside a current organization to create a value and generate new revenue growth through entrepreneurial thought and action. Corporate entrepreneurship initiative should generate disruptive concept rather than incremental improvement. Additionally, ideas are often initiated by workers rather than executed by management. There are 2 objectives in our reference journal. For the first one is provide a critical evaluation of several entrepreneurship theories and demonstrate how the theory may be used in developing nation. These techniques are evaluated critically and their advantages and disadvantages are discussed in terms of ramification. This article discusses several approaches to entrepreneurship. For the second objective is to explore entrepreneurship ideas and research findings. The area of entrepreneurship has several intriguing and important theories such as economic, psychological, sociological, anthropological, and opportunity basis and resource based that are supported by actual study finding. This break to what well for the future of entrepreneurial education, research and practice. There are 3 issues. First, lack of valid theoretical frameworks and well as data backup corporate entrepreneurship education. Second, lack of evidence that efficient strategic management and competent human resource management foster corporate entrepreneurship. Third, lack of research that empirically investigate that effective use of firm strategic management process and if effectively using the firm's human capital.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad AZMI. My number is C20A1094. So today I'm going to talk about the content that we must make in the general review is about theory and model in a different perspective. So in entrepreneurship, it has one theory that we choose is entrepreneurship theory. Okay, and the first one in the entrepreneurship theory is economic entrepreneurship theory. So economic entrepreneurship theory is the base on the classical and neoclassical economic ideas and the Austrian market that post AMP. This idea have delved into the financial issue that improve the entrepreneurial mindset. So entrepreneurship theory has theoretical framework. What is theoretical framework? Theoretical framework is the lauded of virtue, free common specialization and the competition in the classical theory by Ricardo 1817 and 1776 by Smith. The theory arose from the British Industrial Revolution, which began in the mid-year of 1700. It lasts until the years 1830 years ago, when it was abolished. The classical movement defined the entrepreneur duty as the leader of marketplace. We go for the net in entrepreneurship theory. Second perspective is neoclassical model. So what is neoclassical model? Neoclassical model is derived from the citizen of the classical model and it suggested that it may accelerate economic growth phenomena could be the receipt to pure exchange, represent an optimal and accurate predictability. It was essentially a closed economic system participation in the trading system made up for the financial system event of the chain in the exchange. And the impact of the exchange result is make and other market participation in the neoclassical movement. It necessary of trading along with the falling marginal utility provided sufficient part of entrepreneurship by Murthy Leo Wells 2006. So we go for the next perspective in entrepreneurship theory. In entrepreneurship theory has an innovation of entrepreneurship. So the innovation is the 21st century innovation has become widely used, yet it will define the buzzword. Firms are encouraged to be innovative to gain or maintain a competitive edge. Consultants promote their strategy advice as the essence of innovation. The survival of local organization is depend on the capacity building that come from innovation. Schools are prized for including innovation in their curriculum, and universities also promote themselves as innovators. This leads to the conclusion that the dynamic innovation-driven development of the economy is the outside scope of neoclassical economic theory and cannot describe it. It is necessary to take a different approach from heterodox school of thought, since the competitor can progress on a sound ontological basic for innovative economy in which the role of creative entrepreneur is clearly central to the economic process being studied. Greater consistency and coherence about this phenomena is necessary first step in heterodox theories progressing. That's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad FAIZ bin AZIZ, Nomatic C20A1098. Next, I continue the theory is theory sociological of entrepreneurship. Although the sociology of entrepreneurship is a growing topic of study, its scholarly contribution has been criticized for its lack of coherence and conceptual remoteness from the mainstream of sociology. We critically explore the field theoretical presupposition, establish its historical origin, and attempt to place entrepreneurship sociology within the sociological canon in this article. In three ways, sociological viewpoint and research make significant and unique contribution to our college of entrepreneurship. Both presume that being productive organization will always have the upper hand. The second way is to pay attention to specific societal characteristics that influence entrepreneurship, such as the impact of modernization on the state role in economic development, variation in the scope and nature of the unregistered underground company, and the nature of organizational population and their ecological needs on new formation. Next, physiological of entrepreneurship. In physiological theories, the person is the level of analysis. Landstrom 1998. Personal factors that constitute entrepreneurship are emphasized in these theories. The importance of achievement and locus of control in personality traits are discussed, and empirical evidence for three other new qualities linked to entrepreneurial tendency is offered. These qualities are risk-taking, inventiveness, and ambiguity tolerance. First, theory of personality traits. Personality traits are stable attributes that a person expresses in most settings, according to Kohn 2004. What are the specific traits in inborn qualities? Maybe the apparent or logical query on your thoughts. The answer is simply because we can point the specific characteristic. However, by identifying the features connected with the entrepreneur, this model provides insight into this trait on inborn quality. Understanding personality traits entails drawing conclusion based on one action. Next, theory of need for achievement. Why the traits model focus on enduring inborn qualities and locus of control on an individual perception of reward and punishment in their life. Pervin 1918, McClellan 1961 proposed the need for achievement theory, which states that humans have a desire to success, accomplish, excel, or achieve. Entrepreneurs are motivated by a desire to success, personality attributes. There is data to back up the link between achievement, motivation, and entrepreneurship. Jackson 1919, the only plausible chronological aspect associated with new venture creation made achievement motivation. Syafiee and Scott 1991, entrepreneur propensity was positively influenced by risk-taking and innovativeness and the needs for achievement and tolerance for uncertainty. Thank you.
Finding the theory of economic entrepreneurship for the idea of classical economics is divided into three, namely land, capital, and labor. In fact, the idea of new classical economics has changed the developments the economy by making the financial system events. With that, the emergence of entrepreneurial innovation that is to gain a competitive advantage, while entrepreneurial sociology is a scope or topic of a scholarly nature in the entrepreneurial system. There are three ways that are emphasized. The first considers this entrepreneurship important and unique. The second, pay attention to society that has entrepreneurial characteristics. The third is to pay attention to the social environment. Next, entrepreneurial psychology states the importance of achievement and locus of control. Next, personality is also emphasized in this theory. Entrepreneurial characteristics such as more opportunity, motivate, and others. The theory of the needs for achievement has also focused on enduring inequalities and locus of control on individuals. Perceptions of reward and punishments in their life.
A good entrepreneurial leadership is a main point that we can elaborate that we have learned in corporate entrepreneurship. There are two types of entrepreneurial leadership, such as leaders' characteristics and leader paradigms. A leader needs a strategic thinker to lead their own organization to be a successful corporate entrepreneur. For example, a good corporate entrepreneur has a leader who must be willing to have the attitude of taking various risks for sake of his organization. Leader is a person who is responsible for planning, managing, producing and marketing products or services in an organization. A good entrepreneur leader is able to elevate a corporate company as well as subordinates. Risk is a concept that describes the probability of the occurrence of a particular possibility. In fact, the notion of risk does not depend on the notion of value, so that likelihood of it either good or bad. Then, the type of entrepreneurial leadership is a paradigm leadership. A good corporate entrepreneur has a leader who clearly defines where their teams are going and how they are going to get there. Effectively, leaders see that where they are today is not where they need tomorrow. In this role, leaders create shared vision and communicate it is so powerfully that others joins them on a journey. A visionary leader is someone who is innovative and is able to leverage ideas and concepts from his or her team and merge them into a successful plan. To be a visionary leader, you need to learn to look at your business from an outside perspective. Be innovative and most importantly, work as a team with your people to make a good corporate entrepreneur. Apart from that, a leader also needs to have a dispersed leadership style in their life. This leadership is an essential leadership at all levels in the organization, not just relying on instructions from the top.
The decline in Bumiputra equity holdings was part of the effects of the economic downturn. This is because of their stronger business foundation to cope with the volatile business environment and also more intensive experience. Responsibility of shortcomings in implementation or support and assistance not meeting the target group has become a political cry for some groups. The study was conducted using a framework based on purposeful action theory, planned behavior theory, findings of previous studies, and further adapting the integrative model of input and output entrepreneurship and as the research framework.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is BINTI AWANG AZIZ and I'm talk about solution. Fishman and AZMI describe the nation of one's self-entrepreneurial witness in terms of purposeful action theory and planned behavior theory. They began by assuming that attitudes about activity are formed by ideas about the consequences of the behavior. As a result, one's attitude is a determinant of one's behavior. Traditionally, a person's attitude toward an object or event has been used to guide attitude toward entrepreneurship. For the example, they concentrate on attitude toward activities that are predictable, such as enrolling in entrepreneurship-related subjects. Yet, according to psychologists, one of the most straightforward methods to determine whether or not someone wants to do anything is to inquire about their wishes or desire. Not all want or attention, however, may be realized. The relationship between actual behavior and desire is influenced by a number of elements, including the scope of the intention, the time interval between the intention and the action, and the individual's ability to carry out his or her desire. Attitude and behavior, according to AZMI and Fishman, have four elements: the specific action, the target of the action, the contents in which the action was performed, and the time the action was performed. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, so for the conclusion, entrepreneurship is what people do when they take control of their careers and goals and steer them in their desired direction. It's all about creating a life that you can live on your terms. There are no bosses, no time constraints, and no one is preventing you from achieving your goals. Next, entrepreneurship is defined as the ability to work in enterprise resources, human talents, leadership ability to coordinate new ideas, and the ability to organize and arrange multiple sources of production in the shape of a production unit. Entrepreneurship implies certain inventiveness as well as open and external systems. It carries out functions like innovation, risk reduction, and dynamic leadership. There are several instances of abilities demonstrated to correspond with entrepreneurs in this essay. Nevertheless, the question remains whether these qualities can be learned and improved upon by anyone, or whether some of them are intrinsic. There are many qualities of entrepreneurship, one of which is typically emphasized: invention, social life, psychological, economic, risk, vision, and organization. When launching a firm, it's essential to understand the fundamentals of entrepreneurship. That's all from me. Thank you.